Good morning, you two. Hope you're all safe and well. This is your Monday's Literacy Learning, and we are now on week 3. Now, this week we are going to be learning a new story. You might have read this story before, or you might not have, and our story is called The Bog Baby. But before we go on to read our story, I'd like us to look at our spellings for this week. Okay, so you're going to read the tricky word, write the tricky word, and then put it into a sentence for me. So if you have space underneath your learning objective, then you can write the word. Okay, my word is, so my turn and then your turn. So my turn first, after. Your turn, after. Okay, I want you to write the tricky word, making sure you're copying accurately, and then put it into a sentence. I went to the park. Then after, I went to the shop. Okay, pause the video there whilst you're writing your sentence, and then you can come back and watch and write your second word. So your second word is my turn, then your turn again. Okay, write the tricky word underneath, copying accurately, and then put it into a sentence. I went to the fun fair again because I had so much fun last time. So you can think of a sentence of your own choice and have a go at writing it. Pause the video there whilst you finish, making sure that you have included your capital letters, finger spaces, and full stops. Okay, your grammar for this week is looking at past tense. Now let's have a look. What is past tense? The past tense tells us about something that has happened or finished in the past. Okay, so something that's already happened. Here are a few examples that we'll look at together to show you. Okay, so I've got some past tense and we're looking at some verbs. Now we know that verbs are action words. So for example, like kick, clap, jump, hop, walk. Okay, so they're action words. And last week, if you go back and remember, we did some learning about suffixes, where we're adding words or group of letters at the end of a word to make a different word. Now, when we are learning about the past tense, we have something called a regular verb. Now, a regular verb usually ends in the suffix ed. Okay, but there are some verbs, irregular verbs, that do not have the ed pattern. Now we're going to look at those hopefully next week. So let's focus on the past tense. So let's have a look. Let's read the sentence together. So my turn. The small boy cried. And in this case, cried is the verb and it has the ed spelling. Can you see? My dog jumped over the fence. So jumped in this case is the verb, what you've done. So I'm going to carry on reading it and see if you can guess what is the verb, the past tense verb. We cooked Mum a special meal. That's right. Cooked is the past tense verb. Grandad enjoyed the film at the cinema. So in this case, enjoyed is the word that ends in the past tense. The children ran to the playground. Now this one's a little bit tricky because this is an irregular word. We can't put ran because it wouldn't make sense. So the present tense would be to run, but if you're talking about the past tense, we say I ran, or the children ran to the playground. So sometimes, not all verbs will have the ed pattern in them, and we'll look at this hopefully next week. And this next one is, my dad ate fish and chips for tea. So we can't put eated, because that won't sound right. So we say ate. Okay, I've got a little quiz for you. So, true and false. So I'm going to read out those sentences, see if you can tell your grown-up if it's a true or a false. Past tense is when something that is happening now. Quickly discuss this with your grown-up before I reveal the answer. Are you ready? It is indeed false. Past tense is something that's already happened. So it's not happening now, it's something that's happened already, so it's false. We add the suffix ed to a regular verb. True or false? Give you a couple of seconds to have a chat to your grown-up. Okay, ready for your answer? It is indeed true. Okay, so our task today then is we're going to read a story called The Bog Baby. Now, this story is by somebody called Jean Willis, and she's the author, so she's written the story. And Gwen Millward is the illustrator, the person that's drawn the pictures in the book. So you will need, it'll be helpful if you have your copy of the Bog Baby out in front of you so you can look at it, okay? And you will need to keep your copy of the Bog Baby story, as you will need it for every lesson this week and as the weeks go on. Okay, so this is our title. And here's the back of the book. And the back of the book is called the blurb. Now, the blurb gives you a little bit of information about the story. So let's read and see what it says. It says, do you believe in bog babies? When two small sisters go fishing to the magic pond, they find something much better than a frog or a newt. They find a bog baby and decide to make him their secret. I won't tell if you won't. Ooh, I want you to just quickly pause the video there and see if you can tell your grown-up what you think the story might be about or what might happen. Okay, moving on. So you need your first page of your booklet open and ready to go so you can follow as I read it out to you. Long ago, we were little. Me and Chrissy did something bad. We said we were going to Annie's house to play, but we didn't. Turn over to the next page. We went fishing all by ourselves, which wasn't allowed. Chrissy said there was a magic pond in Bluebell Wood. It was only ever there in spring. When it rained, it made a huge puddle in the dell, and pond creatures came. We could fish for newts, she said. I won't tell if you won't. So we went. Turn over to the next page. We found the pond. It was squelchy round the edge. The bluebells squeaked under our boots. And bluebell is a special type of flower, and you might be able to see that on the previous page. If I just go back and just quickly show you, these are bluebell flowers, okay? We fished and fished, but we didn't catch a newt. We caught something much better. We caught a bog baby. Now I want you to stop just reading there, and I want you to turn to your grown-up and tell me, what do you think will happen next in the story? So have a quick chat and then come back to the video. Okay, so today we're going to be making some predictions. Now, prediction is guessing what might happen next. So what I would like you to do, and you have this in your booklets, the questions are already there, but they're on my screen just to show you. It says, what do you think will happen next in the story and why? What is a bog baby? Question number 3, is a bog baby a good character or a bad character? What will happen when the girls go home? And number 5, what will happen in the end of the story? Now, I don't want you to peek at the end of the story or go through it at all, so I want you to close your booklet there. So you're going to make predictions. So you're going to guess what you think might be happening. So you're going to answer those questions that are in your booklet. Now, I know red and orange group and yellow group have got some sentence starters they are there to help you to make to start your sentences. So make sure that you're using different sentence starters to make your writing a little bit more interesting. Okay, so red and orange group, you have a sheet that looks like this, and it says prediction, so guessing what might happen, and evidence. And evidence just means proof, to show why do you think this. So I want you to use the questions that we just looked at here, so they're in your booklet, and then I want you to answer, so make your prediction. So you can write number 1 if you wanted to, and then have a go at answering the question. So make a prediction. Okay, what do you think might happen, and why? And then on this column I'd like you to think, all right, why do you think this might be the case? Okay, so have a go at writing those. Yellow group, your sheet looks a bit like this. Now you have got some sentence starters already. So I think this because, I believe this because. So I want you to write I think and then answer the question, okay? So have a go at writing your predictions. Green group, your sheet looks a bit like this. I want you to just make one. So yellow and green group, you're just doing one prediction each, okay? Red and orange are doing a few more. So your sheet looks like this, and it says I predict, and then I want you to write your idea. What do you think will happen? And then I believe, and then give me your evidence why you think this will happen. Okay, now blue group, you're doing something a little bit different from everybody else. I'd like you to read the rest of the story to your grown-up. So with your grown-up, have a go at reading it, and then I want you to draw a picture of your favourite part of the story. So your sheet looks like this. So it says draw your favourite part of the story. So I want you to draw a picture. It could be whatever part you enjoyed the most, okay? And I want you to have a go at drawing it onto here. Okay, and that is it for your literacy lesson today. So you're writing predictions. So red and orange group, you're writing your predictions and answering those questions that you have in your booklet. Yellow and green group, you're answering one prediction. So choose one. What do you think will happen at the end in the story and why? And then blue group, you're drawing a picture of your favourite parts of the story. Okay, see you later. Bye.